But what I know is I'm feeling just fine.
My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. You know, God is not in marriage, right? Coach Greg Adams was doing was on a panel. I forgot the brother's name from the roommates. I'm sorry about that. And it was a little bit of a conversation about God not being in marriage. And the guy was kind of like, brother was kind of thrown off in a sense, like, he doesn't believe it. Now, I'm a person who's talked about God not being in America. God, you know, this is a godless country. And I got exactly what Coach Greg Adams was talking about. And I'm going to break it down in this way for other people if they come across this. You can believe in God. God exists. You can believe in God. But that doesn't mean the country that you're in follows any of the beliefs, the ideas, the ideals of God. America was not built following the principles and rules and regulations of God. America is the polar opposite to what God would want. I know we like how it looks and the quote unquote freedom and the amenities, but this country was not built on righteousness. This country was not built on good people with good intentions for the betterment of mankind. That's not how it was built. So because this country was founded in a godless fashion, everything that we think God is involved in, because we love God, you assume that the American system is on board with it when it's not. So when it comes to legality, things are legal and illegal in this country that would be wrong in the eyes of God. And that spilled over into marriage. So if you've ever been, you can believe in God in America and be a Christian and go to church and live a completely godless life. That's been done for centuries in America. And Christianity is the normal religion of Americans. The vast majority of Americans have been Christians and church-going people every Sunday and are godless. You go in churches and it feels empty, dead, because God isn't in the building. God isn't in the people in the building. So when you transport that out into society, that transports to if you get married. God is not in the laws of this country. So the marriages become a contract, and God is not in the contract. You marry at the church with a priest, but the contract you have with God and the contract you have with the state, first of all, you don't have a contract with God. You make a vow before God, and the state has a interest in you keeping that vow or breaking that vow. So so when they say church and state are separate in marriage, we don't think about church and state being separate. But church is one thing, state is another. So to think that, you can have God in you and marry a person and God not be in them, and you keep your vow and they don't, because God wasn't necessarily in your marriage, because one person didn't have God in them, and that's the person you chose, or vice versa. You chose, you were God, you knew you didn't have God in you, but you chose a person that had God in them, and you was like, that's just not going to work. But that's what you chose. So as far as the state is concerned, the state's about the money. That's what that's about. You made an agreement. This agreement should generate this amount of money, and this should be our cut. That's what this is about. And if it doesn't work out, you should split up these assets, and this should be our cut. That has nothing to do with God. You know what I'm saying? That has, when you get divorced, if you say I'm divorced, in the Bible, a divorce is completely different from from what we view divorce as now. You know what I'm saying? There were no, okay, y'all getting divorced. Okay, this, bye. In America, y'all getting divorced, get the lawyer, get this, get that, split up these assets, get this, get that, get alimony, get child support, who gets the kids, la da 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 da. See that agreement, God isn't in the family courts. You get what I'm saying? So God is not in marriage. And when people go, well, this is America, that's the point. Think about all the good things in this country, the good people in this country, and think about, on average, if you're a good person in America, historically, you might have got killed by Americans. If you're a bad person in America, you might have a statue, or you're on the money. Your picture's on the money in America. That's how it is. So, and that's what this country represents. It's a capitalistic country, not a Christian country. So if God isn't in the country, don't assume that God is in the marriages. That's all I'm saying. But like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.